Hello everyone, today is May 10th. It's 3:34 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can see my computer clock here with the date and time. This is in real time, and on my left is the time in sales. The Emini S&P currently trading at 3:35 p.m. at 28.82. So I got an update from my client with today's combine, and I just wanted to kind of bring this over here. So yeah, yesterday we showed he was on day 7 and then day 8. I guess this was today here. Still had a winning P&L at 335, so again, very consistent performance here. And if you compare to yesterday's video, you'll see the overall increase. You know, his goal on this is he only has to qualify for 2,500, and he has 60 days to do it. So he's way far ahead of that with an 83.6% win rate, and that's really incredible. So congratulations to him, and it's proof that the Autotrader can indeed qualify for a combine, but do know that this person put in some time to adapt the Autotrader to his style of trading, and figure out a way to make it work for the combine. So it wasn't that he just plotted it on his computer and he was off to the races. He did spend some time adapting his style of trading. That is a little more of a discussion to get into the particulars of what he does, but I'm going to be speaking with him later, maybe over the weekend or early next week, and maybe I'll have some more details on that, on exactly what he does to achieve these results. But you can see here it is quite possible. Okay, first up for today is the DAX on the Super Renko 6 tick, and we saw this chart yesterday. This hit its goal at 2,000 and had no slippage. I think yesterday it did a little bit less, so I believe like in 2 days it did maybe 3,500, and this has a really steep pullback of 18 ticks. That's quite a bit, and the reason it does is because this particular chart has a sensitivity of 9, and a sensitivity of 9, what that does is it makes the Autotrader not so sensitive to every swing, which we will look at on the next chart, which is the Super Renko 6. Also did well today. It hit its goal. And this one here, you can see how it's really taking every swing because the sensitivity here is 1. But the sensitivity of 9 gives you much larger moves. So that's why I have this 18 tick pullback, because you can get filled on these kind of pullbacks and end up with a pretty nice entry. And so this did pretty good today. It on the first trade, one contract hit its goal, and then the other was stopped out. And then there was another trade here, and a very small winner here brought it to its goal. Okay, next is the DAX on a Super Renko 6, and as I said, this has a sensitivity of 1, quite a difference from the previous chart. You can see it's taking every swing, but this is using our step moving average filter. The goal on this is 1,500, and so it did hit its goal. And the step moving average filter filters out these counter trend swings that could lead to a trade. I do not have the Autotrader set to exit at the precision trend logic, which would be to exit at the first blue bar. That is possible, but if that were the case, I would have exited here instead of down here. What it's doing is it's following its money management instead of the precision trend exit. So everything you put here is what the Autotrader is going by, whereas if I notice I have precision trend exit set to 0. If that was set to 1, then this trade would have exited here, and this trade would have exited here, and this trade would have exited right here. So that's really not what you want. You want, with the setup here of the sensitivity of 9, you want these trades to follow through through and get the bigger swing. This one actually could have went all the way down here, but my trailing stop probably took us out at this bar, but then it re-entered again as the step MA stayed red through all of this, through this whole move. The step MA stayed red, and that's the benefit of this kind of moving average as a filter. Okay, next up is the NASDAQ on a Super Renko 8-tick, and this was moderately active today. This is using our open range filter, and you can see it here. And there were several losers. Money management was not tight enough to get a profit out of this trade. So there was actually 3 losers in a row. One of the contracts looks like hit its goal in some of these. And so the drawdown really wasn't that bad. It was only about 450 or 225 per contract. But then we came back with this very solid winning trade. And of course, any counter trend trades were avoided because we are below the open. So this filter is pretty simple in its approach. Above the open of the day is bullish and below is bearish. So it only trades short if we're below the open and only goes long if we're above the open. And that worked out pretty good. Simple is often the best. This did 1290 for the day, and our goal is 1250, so we had a couple of ticks positive slippage. Okay, how's this for a clean chart? Not smothered with lines and prices everywhere and indicators and all kinds of stuff that generally confuse you. This is about as clean as it gets. This is the NASDAQ on a 5-minute chart, and there was some profit in this first trade, but our money management is a little bit looser than that. And this was a very small loser, really probably less than $100 or so. And then it came back with this really nice short trade here. This is using our open range filter. Remember, this is a 5-minute chart. So this trade here was good for about 50 or 60 points in the NASDAQ, which is more than 200 ticks total. So we hit our first profit target and then probably got stopped out here. We got stopped out because we hit our goal. The goal on this is 2100 and this did 2160, so we had positive slippage. And of course, it looks like we would have caught this long trade as well had I had a much higher goal, because we would have definitely got filled on our limit order, which is a 20-tick pullback. And so definitely a 20-tick pullback here. This could have been a real stellar day. But our goals are reasonable for this time frame. Stellar performance on the NASDAQ 5-minute chart, and a very clean, easy to look at chart. Okay, another really clean chart demonstrating that our Autotrader does not need very complex trading methodologies to achieve its goals, such as order flow and supply and demand zones and all that kind of thing. I'm not saying those methods are not valid. I'm actually quite interested in some of them, and we may institute a volume profile type filter for the Autotrader that would allow the Autotrader to enter trades at key levels, such as the high or low of a value area or point of control or similar. In this case, another very clean chart. We got filled here. This did 1500 on a single trade, and our goal on this is 1510, so 1 tick of slippage when we hit our goal. It's a limit order with an 8-tick pullback. First target is 75 ticks, and then at 250 ticks we're trailing by 15%, 300 ticks we're trailing by 10%. Looks like our 10% trailing stop was hit right here, because at this low of the day, this was the first low at 10 in the morning, and of course the market went much lower. But by then we hit our goal in an excellent day on the 1597 Heikin Ashi. I stated the other day that the NASDAQ is emerging as one of our most consistent markets because it is demonstrating really great volatility. Note the BWT precision indicators giving really great signals here. Okay, the Emini S&P on our Super Renko 4 tick with the 6 tick higher time frame. And you can see that here. And this started off with a losing trade and then came back with 3 winners in a row here, here, and here. And the drawdown looks to be about $250. And more like 325 maybe. That's only about 175 per contract. And this hit its goal of 750 with 1 tick of slippage. 725 actually, so actually we had a positive slippage of 1 tick. Okay, pretty nice volatility in the market today. Once again, notice the precision trend indicator on a Renko chart keeping these single bar reversals within the trend. And so our regular Renko 5 tick with a higher time frame of Super Renko 6 and a sensitivity of 1 has been a very consistent chart for us. This hit its goal in a single trade, as you can see here, and these are fixed targets of 20 and 40 ticks, and it looks like our goal is 800. There was actually 2 trades. I didn't see this long trade here, so there was actually 2 trades, and we hit our goal and had 1 tick of slippage. Okay, the Emini S&P on the Super Renko 4 tick with a 60-minute higher time frame. We saw this chart yesterday as well. This has a goal of 750, and we hit our goal and had 1 tick of slippage. It looks like we had a winner here and then a loser, and the drawdown was less than $100. And then we came back with 2 winning trades here and here, and that brought us up to our goal. Okay, the crude oil on a Super Renko 4 tick did 640, and this one is using our step moving average filter, so I believe this is a new chart that I'm trying, and the goal on this I have set at 1020, so it did 640 for the day. Had a winner, a loser, and a winner here, and settled in at 640. We plot 2 charts of the Emini S&P on a regular 5 Renko, and they have proven to be quite consistent. This is the second one, and this one has a higher time frame of the Super Renko 8 tick, and this has a goal of 800. It's a limit order with a 4 tick pullback, and we had a small loser here, only drawing down about $150 or 75 per contract, and then came back with these 3 winners in a row, here, here, and then a very small winner brought us up to our goal, and we had a couple ticks of slippage. But once again, very clean charts, very clean look on our indicators, as you can see here, and this chart hitting its goal. Okay, the crude oil on a Super Renko 7 tick had an equity high of about 300 and then gave some back and ended at 160 for the day. That's all for today's video. Thanks for watching.